worry, it'll only be me on camera unless you choose to say something. But I do want you to know that if you say something, your face will bloop, bloop, pop right up for all to see. And that's not terrible, but some of you, I just want you to know that that's going to happen. Welcome, everyone. This is our amazing, wonderful weekly call. We're going to have two this week. I mean, we're gonna have a lot this week, but two AI calls this week for this community because Friday, I don't know if y'all heard, I sent a text message to a couple members because I was like, there was an outage on like AT&T outage. It was a little triangle like this. It was like a cloud over my house. Do you all know that little Peanuts character from Charles Schultz? Like, anyway, he has a little cloud of dirt or something around. Anyway, that's what I felt like. I was like, why me? And I was traveling back from NASA, and it was my daughter's ninth birthday weekend. So, anyway, it was a little stressful, but we got through it. I finally was just like, it is what it is. As many people say to me all the time, life happens, and as I like to say, life happens to me, but times six. Like I take all the other lives, all their stuff shows up in my life too, which is not terrible. I'm super grateful to have my family. Welcome to our I Love AI call. This is a community call that you can join anytime. All you have to do is be part of the community. You do have to be two things to join our community: one, a bot, and two, kind of nice. So I look for signals of how, kind you are to humanity in whether or not you have a profile picture when you join our community and the words you say in describing yourself. So if you say things like, I'm here to tell everyone how awesome Forex trading is, that's not, you're not going to probably get in. That's okay. There are plenty of Forex trading communities. But if you say something like, I want to change the world with artificial intelligence, I want to learn about agents, I want to learn about responsible AI, then maybe I shouldn't have said that because now the bots are going to know the secret code. Anyway, I'm usually pretty good about detecting bots. But the other thing I like to tell you is that you also play a critical role in our community. If you are in the community and you see something, say something. If you see something you're like, that's weird, that I don't know what that is, that does not look human, that does not look, kind. All you have to do is report it. And literally, we are a zero tolerance policy, so we don't really ask questions. We're just kind of like, that's not good. Click, bye. But that's how we've remained extremely close knit group of about 2,300 members. We have a very, very low rate of what we call churn, or people who leave the community, less than 2% over the last 3 years we've been doing this. So it's really exciting. A lot of people think that have been here a while, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel like you've only been doing this a year. And I'm like, yeah, no, we've been doing this a long time. But a long time, relatively speaking, post COVID, long time. But we are super excited to have y'all here. Today is a relatively short session because today is the first day of I Love AI week. Today through Friday, every day at noon, you can see it in our community calendar. We are going to meet for an hour. And we have three levels of the challenge that are happening. One is our free level, which is anyone who joined and you didn't pay for it in any way, meaning you're not a customer, you just found us. What that means is that you'll get to join and listen in and ask questions live on the call, like all good. But you won't get access to the replays. You won't get access to the little templates that I give out. Then there's only 50 people. We limited it because I want to pay special attention to them. I mean, they only had to pay $27, but still, first 50 people paid $27 for the challenge. They're in our mid tier. That's going to give you access to all sorts of cool stuff that I built just for people who are willing to pay $27 who had never heard of me before. And then our premium tier, our VIP. This is for the builders. This costs a little bit of money. It's like $44. I always tell people the things I charge are not for me. Like, I'm not going to be able to take my kids on any vacation at $44 a head. I'm just going to tell you that. But I will tell you that the ability for you to do something rapidly changes when you pay for it. I don't know what it is. People show up, people do the thing. It doesn't even matter. It could be $1, it could be $44, it could be $2,000. But the rate of adoption of the thing you learn, it rapidly increases when you actually put some skin in the game. So that's why we started charging for our challenges. But I always am like, but what if you don't have $27? I don't want, so that's why we created three tiers. So it's a little confusing for some, But just so you know, that is why you might go and be like, why is this free? And I'm like, well, because you were part of the elite, if you ended up paying for it. But hopefully by the end of this week, you'd be like, okay, that was totally worth $27. That is my goal. Hopefully by the end of today, you'll feel like that's the case. I do want to give you a quick rundown. If you haven't joined the community, or I'm sorry, if you haven't joined the, well, community as well, but if you haven't joined the challenge yet, there is a link to do that in the calendar. The reason for that is that I will be communicating with you throughout the community depending on your level. All of this is assisted by the beautiful art of artificial intelligence. So you'll be able to see, one of the lessons I'm teaching this week is on hyper personalization, especially if you're either looking for a job as an ambitious professional or if you are a business owner. In either case, you need to hyper personalize your communication, but you can't. It's very hard. It's called scaling the unscalable. It's very hard to hyper personalize every single communication if you're getting hundreds of them a day. Like, it's very difficult. So I'm going to show you how I personally leverage AI to assist me, but not actually do the whole thing. I like to be the one doing the communication. I'm the one who sends all the emails, but I do get some assistance in an AI that understands me, knows my customer profile, knows all the things that I've done, and creates a really strong personalized message that I can then edit a little bit. I mean, I was in Nassau, Bahamas with a client last week. I know it's rough. I'm telling you, it's super hard life. But I was in Nassau. It was beautiful. I'm sorry for anyone who was under 30 degrees Fahrenheit last last week. But it was beautiful. But I wrote something using my LLM, and Sky, who's my COO. She was like, that sounds like exactly what you would say. I'm like, I know. She's like, you don't have to edit it. And I'm like, no. I mean, I can, but I've trained it. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure everyone realizes this because all of us, use our prompts however we've been taught, and we ask a model for something and it gives it back to us. And we're almost everyone's usually like, well, that's pretty good. But I'm not sure everybody realizes how good it could be. So, and again, I'm very big on not letting, I'm not looking for AI to do all of my work so I can sit on a beach in Nassau or in Tahiti or wherever and not do anything. Some of you might, I hope none of you have that ambition, but I do want it to do things that are just not useful, not the highest level use of my time. I want to spend my time in front of people, talking to people, creating relationships, the nurturing, the communication that happens between those things, the documentation of our projects, the making sure we're all doing our tasks on time, Scrum, like being a Scrum master. These are some of the things that I'm using AI to help me with. And so that's what we're going to learn this week. But what are some of the things I wanted to talk to you about beforehand? So happy birthday to my daughter. She just turned 9. She is my youngest. So the last one to flip ages before they start all over again. And so she just turned 9. Yay for her. We went to Great Wolf Lodge, as some of you might know, that's like our place. They know us very, very well there. Well, at least I hope so. But, go big or go bigger. This is Noelle. So on early yesterday, we're at Great Wolf Lodge, packing things up. We have breakfast. We come home, and of course, I have a fully planned party on location in a trampoline park. Same day. Maybe you wouldn't want to do that, but it was awesome. We ended up pulling it through. I am very ambitious. Many of you know I spin lots of plates at the same time. Sometimes they come crashing down. Not usually more than one. Like, I have a good 20 plates spinning at any given time. But sometimes one or two will come crashing down, but never, ever, ever my kiddos or my family or my husband. And so yeah, so I was excited. We got all the things done, and at the end of the day, my husband looked at me. He's like, "That was a boss move. I can't believe you did it." I'm like, so I went to bed very peaceful, very, very happy. And of course, knowing that we have an incredible opportunity to do some cool stuff this week. So some of the things that happened. Well, let me just say one cool thing. So Valentine's Day, or Galentine's, or whatever you ended up doing. Valentine's Day was Saturday, and we of course spent it at Great Wolf Lodge, so it was fine. I was like, I'll make this up to you, honey. But one of the gifts that I got my kiddos, and actually it was my husband's idea. I don't know if you've seen these before, but you know me. Remember last a couple months ago, or maybe 6 weeks ago, I showed you the nail chip that you could put in your finger. So I don't know how many of you have seen this. This is a lollipop that plays music via bone conduction. And so I share it with you because it's pretty fun. I took a video. I can't share with you because I don't put my kids on social, but um, unless I'm paying them to, which is a thing. Um, but uh, but this is it. It's like a little strawberry, and it has this like thing. I'm gonna turn it on for. I'm not gonna do it. Y'all have to imagine. But as soon as it turns on, you'll see it turns blue. Hopefully, if I didn't break it, or unless I left it on all night, that would be awful. Oh, there we go. So you can see there's a little light, right? And so when you put it in your mouth and you bite on it, or it touches your teeth, or you can even do this. Yeah, like right now I can hear music. But the reason I think one, I think it's pretty cool. There's a Saturday Night Live little. Oh no, it was Jimmy. No, what's that other guy's name? Jimmy Fallon. Is that his name? Fallon. Anyway, late night talk show guy. He had one of my favorite comedians on, and they were with the guy who invented these. And they were like, wait, I don't know what's going on here. It was really funny to watch. So you could go look that up. But it's pretty cool. So, like no one can hear the music, which I'm a big fan of, honestly. And the reason I thought this was cool, okay, let me turn this off. There. Oh, 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 oh gosh. Wait, hold on. It's like any technology, just hold it till it crashes. Okay, there we go. Um, However, let's see here. You may not know this, but the exact same technology is in these puppies, right? So these are the Ray-Bans. These are the story Wayfarers storylines, whatever. From this is the first edition that ever came out. You can see these guys have a little camera, right? And I don't know if it'll work. Let's see. Let's see if I can take a picture of us. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, it's still starting up. Okay, I got you. But you'll see right here, like inside of here is the same thing. So the bone conduction happens right above your ear. And so I can hear all the things. And no one else around me can hear it unless I'm blasting it, in which case the vibration will escape my little zone around here. But shocks, have you heard of the shocks? SHO. Anyway, I just think it's pretty cool that this bone conduction thing is kind of taken off and that they now have lollipops that do bone conduction and music. The challenge, of course, is that this is K pop. And so my kids are like, this is awesome. Wait, what song is this? I don't know. That's not the point. Technology. You don't do it for the thing. This is not a functional stage, right? This is like this is cool and I bought it for my kids phase. But the same thing is in these. I don't have it handy, but I also have the Alexa frames that came out what 8 years ago, also bone conducting. So anyway, I think it's pretty cool. It's something to take a look at if that's of interest. I personally don't like necessarily sticking things in my ears over time because I'm online a lot. My ears start to hurt. And then I don't like the over the ear headphones, which I'm sure I have around here somewhere. The new ones I got from Apple are pretty nice, but still, I'd prefer not to have something like over like earmuffs. And so but am I going to walk around with a sucker? Probably not. But it's not too far away to think I could have this, and now this is gonna Bluetooth to my phone, and I could be sucking on a lollipop, checking my email. I mean, where is the world coming going to? I have no idea. So pretty cool. I just thought I'd share with you some fun tech, some fun tech. I don't know. Let me see if hi Fabian, good to see you. Hi, Carol. What? Bill's here. Good to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jill, good to see you. Oh, this is a good time. We got all sorts of people here. Oh yeah, Renee. So I got my t-shirt from Renee. She showed it to us, a different version. So I'll be wearing that maybe later today. I think I'm gonna save it for my lovable day in the challenge because anyway, so I'm gonna save it. But thank you for that. Always getting really cool, fun gifts from my community members and my good friends. So thank you for that. And then the other thing, so what I wanted to do in our last few minutes, let's see, make sure. Oh yeah, we got 15 minutes. So today we're not going to be able to break out because we're going to be breaking out together for 2 hours. So hopefully, if you have not joined the challenge, at least come at noon. It's in the calendar. If you are not, if you're hearing my voice and you're like, what community? What calendar? Just head over to noelle.ai, my first name, Noelle.ai. Click the button that says join the free community and you'll join. I will make sure we accept everyone all the way through the challenge. So even if you try to apply to the community like 10 minutes before the challenge, we'll still get you in time. That 1 hour is going to be, oh, let me go ahead and share it with you. So we have some fun laid out today. Actually, I'm just going to talk to you about it because you'll see the same similar thing happen when we kick off today. But the first thing that we're doing, so it's how to build an AI employee. So the first thing, an AI employee is basically a specific type of agent. There's lots of agents. Not all of them are going to work for you, meaning like, hey Noelle, good to see you. You need to do this thing, or hey Noelle, what's going on with your social media? I want to be able to post things today. Like not all of them are going to be directly interfacing with me as my employee. So that is the distinction this week is how do you, and I honestly think the faster you build a little employee workforce, the better. Number one, so you understand what it takes to manage AI agents. That is one of the big skill sets that I hope that you'll walk away with on Friday. But also, how do you speed up what you currently want to do, right? Like, so let's say you're on a mission, I don't know, get a job. I can build an agent that goes and finds my ideal, not customer profile, but my ideal employer profile. Like you could actually have it hunt down people on LinkedIn that meet like that are likely to be hiring managers or have stated they're hiring managers, right? And you can have it go hunt those people down and connect with them automatically. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to share with you a platform by the end of the week. I'm going to share with you a bunch of stuff, but let me start with day one. So day one, I'm just going to explain to you the concept of agentic AI. There is so many. I mean, agents is everything, right? So there's not a single I don't know, AI system that I wouldn't build as an agentic system, which means that and I don't want to steal my own thunder from today, but basically I don't want to build like an AI system that doesn't have the ability to do stuff. Now, who it's doing it for and how it's doing it is what kind of scopes how an agent is built. But we're going to focus on one that does things specifically for us. So, what does that mean? Now, I got a lot of trolls and I don't know if some were trolls. Some were just like, you're going to kill us all with your challenge, which I was like, do you not know me? Like, I definitely am not doing that. But there were some people that were just negative to be negative. But there were some people who had very valid concerns. Hey, Noelle, why would you be teaching us to build AI employees? Wouldn't those employees, shouldn't they be human? Like, why would you, like, it was very concerning to them that I'd be building a challenge to help you build an employee where literally that employee is taking someone's job. Now, what I have come to understand, learn, and love about technology is that we get to choose what it does. And we should also, as leaders, AI Leadership Institute, that's what we do here. As a leader, my job is to know what my humans like to do and empower them to do more of that. Also, know what's highly valuable to my organization and hire people to do more of those highly valuable tasks. The reality is that I have hired thousands of people in my career. I've managed hundreds of people in my career. And there are certain things, all of them transparently has said to me they don't like to do. And that is just a nuisance and they only do it because it's part of their job. And that's what I encourage you to do. Like, think about it. If you need a human to help you do your job, hire a human. What I'm looking to do is make sure when we hire humans, they get to do the thing that they are most excited about with the most enthusiasm, with the most, like desire to innovate on behalf of your clients or on behalf of your team, like giving them space to think and dream and have fun. I mean, it's not a world many of us have ever worked in, right? Where we had that kind of freedom. Some of you who are at Google may have tasted it when Google was giving these like 20% time, right? Where you got 20% of your work week to dedicate to ideation. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. There was the dream of that idea existed. And now we actually have the opportunity as a good, responsible, safe AI leader, as someone who cares about humanity and technology. My biggest hope is that you understand we get to choose. And if you saw my TED Talk, which is like 600,000 views right now, I can't wait. When it does 1 million, I'm definitely going to have a party. So just wait. I don't know when it'll happen, but it's going to happen. But it was launched a couple months ago. And when at the end of that talk, I basically say, I think what I currently believe, which is we are the last generation, right? That's going to be like basically teaching these machines, right? Like eventually AGI will happen and the machines will teach themselves based on what we originally taught them. But we're currently training machines, putting data into machines, telling machines what their scope of responsibility is. We're you know, the last ones that are going to be teaching machines how to talk, how to communicate. But I also think we're the last generation that's teaching them what's important, what we're listening for, what empathy looks like so that we have a lot of responsibility right now. And that's why I think it's important that even if you never build or use an AI employee in your work, which I'm going to encourage you to think differently about that this week, but even if you don't, you should at least know what's possible and that the decision of how you use these systems lies 100% on you and the leaders in your company. That means if you have a shady leader, right? What I used to call a Death Star leader, like, Darth Vader. Some of you like Darth Vader, it's fine. It's I no judgment. But like if Darth Vader like comes in and you're like, ooh, nothing good's gonna happen out as a result of this. Like depending on that scenario, if you have a leader who doesn't care about people, is not trying to create the highest value of use for the humans that work for them, then they might make a decision. If you're not in that room to be like, hey, maybe we should think about this, they might make a decision that is detrimental not only to the company, to that team, but to society, right? We're looking at leaders, not technologists, leaders are making decisions on what AI is going to do and what AI isn't going to do in a company. We call it AI strategy, right? We call it AI design and usage patterns. Like that's what we build for companies, or maybe that's what you build in your own company, or that's what you're hired to go do for somebody. But like that's what is required is somebody has to say, we call it actually at Microsoft, I'll give you a little gift if you're not familiar with this, human AI experience. Like some of you know CX, right? Customer experience. There's another X. Anyway, there's like anyway, the one I know is CX, customer experience. Oh, UX, user experience, of course. But what about human AI experience? That means before you build anything, you're going to design how an AI system is going to communicate, right? To humans. You're going to design what does the human do and own and what does the AI do and own, and that is a design, meaning you are implementing the design of that architecture. And most people, they never even spend time there. Microsoft released a hacks toolkit that has like 19 different design patterns you should be thinking through. If you don't have that in your repertoire when you're either helping companies or building this yourself, like add that in, right? Somebody will throw it in the chat, I'm sure, because we got lots of people in here who've heard me talk ad nauseum about this. um, but if not, I will throw it in. Oh, I might be looking at. Oopsie, there we go. Okay, awesome. Hi, everybody. Death Star. Yes, exactly. UX. Thank you, Anna. You knew what I was thinking. I couldn't get there. But if not, I'm just gonna type it in. Hacks. Oh wait, my keyboard is not working. What's happening? Oh boy. Oh. Let me go over to my old school. Oh gosh. All right. I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, somebody else has to type in HAX for me. Oh, great. Thank you, Jill. Whew. My keyboard is one of those, that's like Bluetooth, and apparently I must have run out of batteries while I was in NASA. I'm like, yeah. Like the cat in the meme. So awesome. So take a look at it. This is just one of many tools. You can take this toolkit and adopt it to yourself, but what the mission is to realize that even though I'm teaching you how to build an employee, what I'm hoping I'm teaching you is how to distinguish that you as the human are the ultimate decider of what that looks like, right? You do not have to give it all of the things. You don't have to give it every responsibility you have. As a matter of fact, I hope you don't. You have to be very intentional about what that looks like. So and this is like, again, I think how I triggered some people is I was like, first step, we're building a job description of what our AI is going to do. Realistically, I should have probably called it like a task description or I don't know, we got to come up with a new word, right? We're reinventing work in the future and we're pulling future to right now. So I'd be open to any of you who have ideas on this of like, what does that look like? What does that description set look like for a machine? A job description is what we would write for a human, but maybe that's something else for a machine. I'm not attached to names, and I am definitely not the namer of things. I peaked when I named AI Leadership Institute like 11 years ago. That's the one name I got. Yeah, as you can tell, AI Employee Challenge, like not a lot of naming prowess in that. But um, that being said, like the whole goal of this is to show you your power as an individual, as a human, to develop AI systems that complement you, complement your team, complement your business. And that as long as you're the one who's defining what that complementary system looks like, even as AGI or artificial general intelligence, as this concept of AI systems that are smarter than all of us evolve, they are still, and I can assure you this is true at least for like 6 more months. We own those guardrails. We own the box in which they live in. Granted, there are CEOs that technically own that in the seven biggest companies, technical companies in the world. And I think they're nice people. I'm hoping they're not gonna, create Skynet, but I can guarantee you their job gets easier if we are in the room promoting this concept. So that's what this week is all about. It's a little bit about creating AI systems that help you right now, today. By the end of the week, you will have built an AI system that saves you at least 5 hours. For me, it saves me, I don't know, 30 hours, 40 hours a week. I will show you a platform that allows you to calculate what those savings are. I hope you'll have some fun with it. Again, this is not to, it's not the end all be all of all things. It's just to get you started. If you notice in the name of the challenge, it's called Build Your First AI Employee. Some of you have already built an AI agent before with me, actually, in our Agentic AI Builder class. This is a no code, everyone's welcome course. So there'll be about 20% of our community is way past what we're building, but not what we're talking about, because you can never spend enough time thinking through how you're building a system for long-term implementation and success. So it will refocus your attention on the leadership skills that are necessary to build good AI systems that complement humanity. And at the end of the day, I mean, gosh, if we get this right, we will be doing things better, faster, generating more wealth societally, right? We will not be firing everyone. We will not be creating 99% unemployment. We will actually be creating an amplified humanity. I mean, I don't know many. What was that movie that came out with J Lo? Atlas. I love J Lo. She's on my Dream 100. But Atlas, and it was all about like this moment that we're in right now, honestly, and how it went to the other side. And but at the end of the day, symbiosis, like this relationship between technology, is really what is important. And we define that relationship. Most of us are handing the keys over to a system that has no idea what it's doing. And we're shocked when bad things start happening. So, this is not to dismiss any of the very serious, very challenging things that are happening in AI today. It is to hopefully get us thinking about our responsibility, our, what we can do to actually make a difference. My hope is that you don't feel it's like recycling, right? Where you can do all the recycling in the world, but if Coca-Cola keeps making, you know, plastic, like not, it doesn't matter, right? My hope is that you will see that your decisions in the AI systems you build, in the companies that you build, or in the companies you work for, the decisions you're learning how to make this week will actually be extremely valuable to those organizations who just haven't moved in that direction. Proof in point, I was in a community, or I should say I was on stage in front of a bunch of people. It was an association, so it was their community of people. And I asked them, how many of you have an AI strategy? And you would think, right? Like we're kind of like 3-4 years into this thing now. And like three hands went up. And then I told them, I shared this with some of you last week. I was like, that's okay, because actually all of you have a strategy. Like, here's the good news. Every single one of you have a strategy right now. Just if you didn't raise your hand, that just means you have a terrible strategy, right? Like your strategy is having no strategy. And my dad used to tell me, if you don't, what was the saying he would say? Like, what is that? It's like, if you plan, if you fail to plan, do you know this one? Right? If you fail to plan, you can plan to fail. He was a Marine, so he had all of these sayings. But literally, if you fail to plan, you can plan to fail. AI falls into that category. All you have to do is set an intention, human AI experience, design your North Star, and then have leaders that are going to commit wholeheartedly to that. Now, that North Star might be like me with 21 spinning plates, which means your North Star is not a North Star, it's like a North Milky Way. I wouldn't suggest it, but it happens. But either way, have some way. And again, this is where AI can be super helpful. Build little AI systems that keep you on track, right? We use a term called constitutional AI. Use constitutional AI. Use a little AI system that's just going to check Are you doing what you said you would do at this phase of the business process, at this phase of procurement, at this phase of supply chain? Use AI to help you validate that you're doing the things that you as a human are intending to do. That is super powerful. And most people don't do that, I would say. Very few people. And I don't mean people. I think there's plenty of humans that are doing it. There's just not a lot of organizations that have prioritized that. Um, so amazing. Oh, Naslie's in the house. What's up? Did we move it to a time you can't come? So I'm so glad to see you here. Amazing. Oh, yeah. Let me remind you. That is not every night this week. That is a Saturday class. I don't know why that
Yeah,
says
no,
that.
Scott, I must have added it in December before you changed it.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm
yes.
seeing my whole
Because we got
calendar.
some feedback that you guys never wanted me to change the dates. And so I was like, well, the only way for me to never change our dates in our master classes is to do it on Saturday. So we moved it to Saturday instead.
I
Yeah.
won't be able to be at any of them, but
Okay.
I will watch the replay.
All right. Well, maybe we always do Q&A. So we can do Q&A during the week and you can come and hang out with me. Okay, awesome. But yeah, no, not during the week, especially not this week. Holy Christmas. That would have been a lot to do a challenge in the day and a co-pilot masterclass at night. I don't know if I ever planned it that way. But Sherilyn helps me get things on the schedule, so no problem. All right. In the last few minutes, let me take a few questions. All I see is M. Who can I guess who that is? Come off mute and let me know who you are.
Oh,
Unless you
hi.
don't.
This is Mei Chang.
Oh, hi. Good to see you.
Hi, good to see you. So there's a bunch of us signed up for the challenge today at
Yes.
12 p.m. and we don't have the link to join the challenge,
Yes,
and
you
it's
will get
locked
it.
on our calendar.
Yes, absolutely. So you will get that. It's an automated message. It happens like 3 hours before, then 2 hours. So you should get it momentarily, actually, um, if it's not already out. But I don't know how many of you remember this last time when I sent them. For some reason, there was some link problem. Anyway, so I'll go double check that email went out from my automated system. But you should get it, and then you'll also get a 1 hour reminder, and then you'll also get like we're starting right now reminder. So yes, you'll see it. And then the link itself will be right before the challenge. It'll be right in the calendar invite. So stay tuned for that too.
Thank you so much. Look
Yes,
forward
and
to
I
it.
think you answered that question. Yeah, so Fabian, you probably didn't because you're in the AI Leadership Institute, but you could just check the calendar at noon and click the link. It'll be there. But I'll also, you're on the list, I think so. If not, I'll check. But I'm pretty sure all the AI Leadership Institute will get this message as well. Oh yeah, so Anna, we have in the AI Leadership Institute, which you can see a link to, think in our community. But in the AI Leadership Institute, once a month we do a master class. We have 12 of them scheduled throughout the month. Last month we did AI Leadership Essentials. So basically, setting the stage for the whole year. Today or on Saturday, we're doing the Microsoft Copilot Masterclass, which a lot of the people in the AI Leadership Essentials are starting their own business, becoming consultants. Some of them are employees, but many times I'm like, this is gold right now. If you can learn right now in March, Microsoft Copilot is opening up to become free to people who have a certain license. And so a lot of companies are gonna be like, wait a second, 700 people just got this and nobody knows how to use it. So there's a huge opportunity if you want to do some training to get into this field. So that's why the timing of it is now as opposed to, in the middle of the year. So Microsoft Copilot, yeah, it's on Saturday. And then for premium members, they get to do it live, ask questions. We're gonna build and do it interactively. For standard members in the community, which means you get replay access. You don't get to do it live, but you get the replay. That replay will be available next Monday. So, and of course, I'll announce all of that on Friday in our 4 o'clock call. So it's a lot. We got a lot going on this week. So I hope you have a chance to enjoy it. Stay tuned to your email, but at the very least, just go to the community inside school. Click the link at noon. I mean, it should be updated momentarily. Sherilyn asked me multiple times, do you want me to create the Zoom? I'm like, yeah, I got it. And I didn't build the Zoom yesterday. So anyway, so it'll be in there. You'll be able to click on it. But yes, it'll be exciting. So a shorter call today because we have so much going on. At noon, we're going to get together. For those of you in VIP, you're going to be able to stay with me an extra hour to either ask questions or get some inside scoop on what's happening on the following day. And then today is all about agents and why we're building employees, a little bit about what I talked about, but much more depth. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about building that job description, unless one of you gives me a better name for that. On Wednesday, we get into actually building our agent, and our goal is to build it, then test it, and then optimize it. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some of you won't be able to wait, so you can take exactly what I tell you today and tomorrow and start building your agent right away. But I'm going to try to, like, because some people, just be empathetic to the process. Because there are some people who've never done this before, and some of us that have been in this community a long time and have done it quite a few times. So just roll with it. Definitely help each other out. If you see someone in the community who's asking a question that you yourself asked a year ago or 2 years ago, please do not think that it all, I mean, I'm a hope you don't think it all needs to come from me. You all are incredible leaders. It's a great opportunity to show what you know, help other people on this journey that are just a little bit behind you, and help grab their hand and pull them up with you. I always say, like, the best type of leader is the one that, like, puts your hand on the back of someone and kind of guides them to where you are today. Because every one of us are on a different part of the path, and that means someone's going to be ahead of you and someone's going to be behind you. So, like, don't be afraid to reach forward and get some help, but also don't be afraid to look back and pull people along. That's the only way this happens. That makes me feel good knowing that we're doing this work. And we're going to build some employees that are going to save you time. And who knows, maybe you get to go on a longer vacation this year. Or maybe you get to take a vacation every week. That'd be amazing. All right. So thank you all for being here. Oh my gosh, it's already late. 9:37. Thank you so much. We're going to be back here at noon. Check your email. Thank you for being here. We're not going to get together, but I promise I'll give you some breakout time during the challenge so you get to know each other. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Talk to you later. Okay. Sorry for the short one today, but I'll see you at noon. Okay. Bye. Bye, everybody.